Welcome again to Channel 18's Community Journal, and our guest today is Michael Lack, the Director of the Harwich Conservation Trust. And Michael, it's good to have you.
It's good to be here, Paul. Thank you. Thank you for everything.
No, not at all. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it.
Oh, and so have I very much. Yeah, we've covered a lot of conservation ground together, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
And you have two more things today. And what Michael and I are referring to is this will be our last interview together. I've sold my home and I'll be leaving the Cape sometime in September. So thank you for letting me say that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thinking of you and wishing you all the very, very best.
Well, thank you very much.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No more than for me. So what is it about the Native American walks that we should want to know?
Sure. So we've been hosting for several seasons now, from last year into this year, Native American History Walk Series, co-led by Native American Marcus Hendricks. He is of Wampanoag and Nipmuc tribe heritage, and his walk co-leader is Todd Kelly, 12th generation Cape Codder. There's a photo of Marcus Hendricks there talking to walkers on one of our outings. So Todd and Marcus have teamed up with us at Harwich Conservation Trust, and then Harwich Conservation Trust has reached out to some of our sister land trusts in neighboring towns to offer a series of walks. It's 3 walks together coming up. There's a great photo of folks meandering through the woodland, getting ready to listen to Marcus and Todd at one of the stops to interpret Native American history and the Native American story that's connected to the lands around us, as well as the story of early settlement by colonists.
Wow, that must be interesting.
It's fascinating, and then of course Marcus and Todd also talk about the interactions between Native Americans, or as Marcus and Todd call them, the first people, and also the interactions between them and the early settlers. And that will be the focus of the upcoming series that is titled Explore the Native Lands of Monomoic Territory. And it's sponsored by Harwich Conservation Trust and then our sister land trusts, Chatham Conservation Foundation, as well as Orleans Conservation Trust.
Okay.
So there'll be a walk on September 9th, Saturday, September 9th in West Chatham. That's where we'll kick it off. And then Saturday, September 16th in East Harwich, and then Saturday, September 23rd in Orleans. And it's $45 for the series, whether you attend one walk or all 3. Most people attend all 3 walks. But each walk is easily 2 hours. And it's really an easy pace with easy to moderate topography, so it's we keep it pretty level. Some slopes here and there, but most people can navigate the terrain. And it's just a fascinating exploration of Native American and early colonial history that's rooted in these conservation lands.
The history must be quite lengthy.
It is. It's amazing what these 2 gentlemen know about the Native American lifeways and the early colonial events, and how the two connect. For instance, in Chatham, I'll just give you a little description here. The kickoff walk. We'll be walking the barrier beach at what was called Ragged Neck, and learn about Champlain's arrival to Stage Harbor in 1606. So we'll have folks consider how the story of this area and the background of why it was named Port Fortune by the Europeans for their good fortune of being helped by the natives. to reach safe harbor and make ship repairs. But then how that port of good luck quickly became known as the place of mishappenstance. So there was a turn of events. And then we'll learn also about the lives of the first people at Sequansit, another place name, fascinating names associated with these areas, and really eventually evolved that area into being named Stage Harbor. That's just the first walk. And then the second walk in East Harwich will cover a range of areas known as Captain Jethro's Farm and Squanto and Governor Bradford and Pleasant Bay, where they were negotiated for corn in 1622. Then on September 23rd in Orleans, we'll go to Powwow Point and learn why the area was named Portonomocut after the Nauset purchase of 1643. And we'll also learn about the legend of Powwow's Pond. So, so much fascinating
Not a lot of history.
legend and lore to explore. And people can find out more about this at our website, harwichconservationtrust.org. Space is limited. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So, well, you should have a good group.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be a
think
lot
so,
of fun.
yes.
And the weather this time of year is still pretty good, except for an occasional hurricane. Yeah, which we hope we won't have.
I know,
Rain
yes.
cancels the event. Yeah.
Oh, does it?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Light rain will still hold the walk, but we make that call, you know, in the day or two leading up to the event, leading up to the walks.
It would cancel all 3 walks?
No, just
that walk,
right.
that first walk?
But I should be more clear. It's not just canceled. We have a postponement, so we have a rain date built in.
Oh, okay.
So if, let's say, rain cancels the walk on a Saturday, we have a rain date built in for that following Sunday.
Oh, good.
So we ask people when they're planning to reserve for these walks that they just reserve time not only for the scheduled date time of Saturday morning, but also leave a block of time that next Sunday morning in case there's rain.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've got it down pretty well. Yeah.
Sounds so.
Yes.
And the next thing you want to talk about?
Oh yes, the Wildlands Music and Art Stroll, and we're very excited. This is the 5th annual. And
Wow.
again, a beautiful time of year. We're going to have it Saturday, September 9th from 1 to 4 at the Robert F. Smith Cold Brook Preserve, formerly called the Bank Street Bogs, right there off Bank Street. Now take a look. So there's Dot Hemmings and her sister Marge playing the famous piano from the woods, Piano in the Woods, it was known as. Now, just remember that story from 2009. This very same piano was left abandoned, an orphan piano left
that's right.
in the woods of the Bell's Neck Conservation Lands.
And nobody knows how it got there.
Nobody knows how it got there, but for some reason, that story of this piano being left all by its lonesome in the woods rocketed around the world. I remember seeing photos on the AP and Fox and CNN of this piano sitting in the woods, and I think it might have been a police officer kind of investigating the scene. And then, you know, it was one of those 24-hour news cycle tidbits. But it was interesting, and it inspired an idea at Harwich Conservation Trust that, man, well, geez, there's a piano in the woods. That's interesting. What if we were to actually have somebody play it and other instruments outdoors, which then continued to evolve into bringing in art as well. So we're going to have members of the Guild of Harwich Artists painting in plein air or live, painting live the landscape. So they'll be sprinkled out. There's one now. They'll be sprinkled throughout the landscape. It's just amazing to watch the scenes unfold on their canvases, and they use different mediums. Some of them are using pastel, some of them oil paint. It's really amazing. So while you're watching the art unfold, you'll be hearing live acoustic music. These are just some images from past Wildlands Music and Art Stroll events. So it's a really fun and lighthearted and just delightful way to blend music, art, and nature folks just stroll the paths, take in the art, listening to the music. We make the parking very easy. People just park at the high school, the Monomoy Regional High School on Oak Street, and we shuttle them down to the event site courtesy of Cape Destinations buses. And there they disembark and enjoy the stroll. We ask people at that point for a suggested $5 donation each for admission, but we will let anybody in. We want this to be an inclusive community-wide event. And
very good.
yeah, and it's really amazing for all ages. So again, we've scheduled good weather. But
I hope you have it.
Yes, if it does rain, the event will be canceled. We don't have a postponement date on that. There's just too many moving parts. But so far, so good. We've had good weather. The first 4 Wildlands and music and art strolls, and we are keeping our fingers crossed for number 5 on September 9th. Again, more information at our website, harwichconservationtrust.org, or just come on down, you know, anytime between 1 and 4, preferably on the early side so you can take in all the sounds and sights, to the high school on Saturday, September 9th, and jump on one of the buses and join us.
Very good.
Yeah, it's really a fun event.
Well, we wish you luck with both events.
Thanks. Thank you very much, and maybe we'll see you there at the Wildlands Music and Art Stroll.
Well,
Maybe.
hopefully.
Yes.
You never know.
You never know. Yeah.
And once again, thank you for 17, 16 years of...
Yeah. Right, yeah, and you and I have been doing this for many years, many moons. Yeah.
I think it's about 15 to 16 years.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah.
Oh, well, as I said, good luck.
Thank you, Paul. You as well. All right.